Yeah, the news of today, as you can see, is Afenifere rejects Tinubu's victory. They insist that Peter Obi won the presidential election of February 25th, 2023. So the pan-social political group Afenifere has insisted that the presidential election held on February 25th was won by the candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, and not the candidate of the APC, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. He therefore said that the decision of Obi to challenge the result of the election in court has the group's support. This was contained in a communique issued after a special general meeting at the Sanya Ogbo, Ogun State, on Tuesday. So he said the communique signed by his national lead general, P.A. Ayo Adebanjo, and Chief Sola Ebiseni, respectively, denied sending any congratulatory message in the name of the group to any candidate. According to the group, the results of the lawful votes at the election available to the Afenifere through credible sources confirm that Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, won the said election and will thus support his decision challenging the contrary declaration by the INEC. The general meeting hereby denounced in strong terms and dissociates Afenifere from any congratulatory message in the name of the organization or however to any candidate as illegally declared by the INEC. So Afenifere reiterates that for equity, fairness, national cohesion, and peaceful corporate existence, the next president of the Federal Republic shall be person of its southern part, and specifically the southeast. He said we call on Nigerians to troop out en masse and participate fully in the gubernatorial and state houses of assembly elections slated for the 11th of March 2023. That, with particular reference to Lagos State, Afenifere confirms that the governorship candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Gbadebo Rose Vivo, is a person of Yoruba origin, whose great-grandparents are not only Yoruba, but definitely one of the notable founding families of Lagos. We unequivocally endorse and urge the people of Lagos to vote for him. He said, reviewing the last election, the group lamented that the deliberate non-compliance INEC with its guidelines encouraged electoral brigandage at the polling units. These, according to them, include destruction of ballot papers, snatching of ballot boxes, doctoring of figures, and swapping of votes of candidates at the coalition center through the amended and outlawed manual procedures, which rendered the 25th February 2023 presidential and national assembly elections flawed in several respects, as confirmed by local and international observers. Afenifere, therefore, called on INEC to ensure free and credible gubernatorial and state houses of assembly elections in accordance with the Constitution, the extant Electoral Acts, and its mandatory guidelines earlier mentioned. You know what is interesting to me about this whole pronouncement is that for once, Nigerians have stood up for something without actually caring whether the other person is from their own ethnic lineage or religion, because that is the game or the card they always played to divide the people. They've always played that and they've always used that against the common people. And this time around, even the blind, even all Africans in diaspora, and maybe even in Africa right now, as we speak, they are very angry at this election and the way the whole thing went. Because it was so obvious. Because don't forget that these African countries also have their delegations who came there to observe. Therefore, they also giving us feedback to their countries. And they also were in the panels when they were also making their declaration on what they observed. And most of these countries they are not even as developed as Nigeria when it comes to even elections and politics. But at the end of the day, these countries they seem to be far ahead of Nigeria when it comes to conduct of simple elections. Because I don't think in most countries in Africa that people will be smashing, you know, electoral materials, are killing people, to the, I mean, the way that it does in Nigeria. Because Nigeria right now, uh, politics has become a career. Because most of these politicians, as you see, when they retire from politics, they still continue to get paid till they die. So what I mean by that is that, for example, it's not the it's not like paying somebody pension is a crime. No. If you work and you attain a certain age, you pay some taxes and things like that, then you get the benefit, at your old age. But if you may ask these politicians to declare their tax, their formula that let's say for over the years and stuff like that, you'll be surprised that they've not even paid up to maybe 10 million naira in taxes for in their whole life. But yet, a senator, even when he leaves Senate, will still continue to collect the salary of a sitting senator and still be collecting allowances of a sitting senator. A president like Jonathan, Obasanjo, and the rest, they are still collecting the same salary that Buhari is collecting today as a city president, which means Buhari is working because he's calabating around. That is part of his job, talking bullshit and things like that anywhere he goes, with the tag that he's a Nigerian president. So that's what we pay him for. So every year he changes his utensils, in Aso Rock and things like that. Just imagine the same thing you are doing to Abdul Salam. The same thing you are also paying to Babangida. The same thing you are also paying to Obasanjo. The same thing you are also paying to Jonathan. So if you have 10, even Shoniko. So if you have 20 presidents that are still alive, imagine the kind of burden that they place on Nigeria as a country. That is the kind of law that Abdul Salam made and hang it over the neck of Nigeria as a nation today. That thing alone, the money that Nigeria is paying to all these senators and ex-presidents alone, ex-senators and the rest, and ex-governors alone, is enough to break the neck of Nigeria because it's hanging on his neck, and his neck is so, bending forward, and to the extent that, who knows, his neck might just snap, and that will be it. So I think there are some things we have to learn, to stop from these things and stuff like that, so that we don't spoil what we already have. That was my children just coming in. So so that is what is going on. So I think I have to end this thing from here because they just interrupted my recording. So, but I think we had enough for this on this subject. So, but what is important here is that Afenifere rejects Tinubu's victory and insists that Obi won this election fair and square, according to all the information they have and from reliable sources, during these elections. So I would say let's take that one for, keep that one for another, uh, for, for ourselves to reanalyze on a different date. So thank you to Afenifere for standing up to what they believe in, and so at the end of the day, we know what uh, what will happen if the people's will be answered, and if not, then the people will also decide what they have to do, in order to move Nigeria forward. Thank you, and God bless you. Give us a thumbs up, like our videos, and then subscribe if you have not. So thank you for watching. Thank you.